Hey guys, it's me, Gluten-Free Brownie, and today I am giving what I had promised. And I know it took me a minute, but here I am. So, I'm going to be telling my earthquake story today. Back in March, shortly after the lockdown, um, we had an earthquake in Utah, and it was a 5.7. And where I live, we felt it. It was in Magnum. And according to my siblings, Magnum is Utah's problem child. So I guess that explains some things. Anyways, let's see. So, first things first, I finally bought liquid eyeliner. I've been wanting to for a while. But the problem is I'm not used to putting it on myself. So I apologize if any part of my makeup looks bad in any way, shape, or form. But I'm realizing because of the low quality of my iPad's camera, you may not be able to tell if my makeup looks bad or not. So maybe I should just be happy about that. Anyways, so on to the video. Well, another thing that I need to announce is that by the time I'll have posted this, school has started for me just this week. So on Wednesday, I have 2 classes. Thursday, I don't have class. So far, it's just Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Because me and my school that I'm going to, we've worked out like this year from 2020 to 2021. So hopefully I will graduate this year. So yes, I want to graduate so bad. I'm so done with school. Anyways, but I don't know how much time I'll have to be able to post. As far as I'm concerned, I should be able to still record. At the moment, I've just been recording one video a day, and it only takes me a half hour, so, and I don't really edit my videos, because as y'all would put it, I'm a noob, and I don't know anything about editing, so, yeah. But I've also been doing TikToks, so I don't know how my schedule is going to go for going on TikToks, because a lot of times, like right after this video, I'm going to do a TikTok, probably just one TikTok, because, my ideas today, I haven't had a lot of ideas today, but that's alright. Let's see. So yeah, I just want to make that announcement. I don't know, like, how much time I'll have for those kinds of things. I'm not too worried about it. The only thing that I'm worried about is Tuesday nights. I probably won't have time to record on Tuesday nights, so that might put me behind schedule. And I like recording every day each week because it's something that I enjoy, but I know that there have been days where I'm like, I just don't feel like recording tonight, and I've had friends say, you know what, there's nothing wrong with taking a little break. So that was nice of them. Let's see. So yeah, I think that's it for as far as announcements for the school year starting. So before I start this story, for context, my sister and her 3 kids have moved in with me and my folks, so it's just been me, my mom, my dad, my sister, and her 3 kids. The house is built in a way where it works just fine. And if y'all must know, I don't mind at all. Like, I don't have minding my nieces and nephews around at all because I'm used to them being around often. And they're all so cute and they're all so sweet and they all have such different personalities and they all have something that I love about them and that I love that they're all different and so cute. And just, yeah. And I always tell them I have the best nieces and nephews in the world. So it doesn't bother me that much. But they moved in around February and March when the, I'm allowed to say, but I'll just say lockdown. Don't come at me, whoever's in charge of copyright stuff. Ever since the lockdown started, just as it was starting, like my sister was already like getting her stuff back and forth. So yeah. So as far as that when the earthquake hit, and there was memes about the earthquake hitting Utah because the lockdown was saying stay inside, and then the earthquake said go outside. So, yeah, that's Utah for you. Utah is very bipolar, not just in weather, but in also catastrophes and pandemics, and just, it's sassy. That's what it is. Let's see. So, I wanted to tell my mom's side of the story first. So, what happened with my mom, she is usually like the first person awake. She is a morning person. She, like, by the time I get out of bed, depending how tired I am, I usually like to be up at 9 a.m. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm usually up around 9. And by that time, my mom had already accomplished world hunger or something. I don't know. She just gets like all these things done. She's like, oh yeah, I fought with the Avengers, and then I made pancakes. I also cleaned the house. I also went back in time and stopped the Titanic from sinking. Just like she accomplishes so much in the morning. I'm like, okay, cool. But that's just who she is and how her schedule works. She's a morning person. So yeah, she was awake first. She made herself a cup of chai. Getting ready to, I think at that point they were like, let's work from home. Or I don't know if she was going anywhere that day. I'm pretty sure she was staying home. I, of course, was planning on going to work because where I work, I was able to, one, not be let go, thankfully, because I'm very lucky and blessed. Two, it was like, it's not hard where I work to socially distance. So, there's that. But, yeah, my mom was in the kitchen getting ready. She got her cup of chai. She put it on the counter. All of a sudden, the cup started shaking, and she was like, what's going on? My tea is alive. But then, 1 second, my iPad. Okay. But then that's when the earthquake hit, and I don't remember what time it was. It must have been 7:09. I think it was 7:09. Because then, like, the earthquake started happening, and my mom grew up in a place where there's no earthquakes. She's not from Utah. My dad is used to earthquakes. He's been in a few. But my mom hasn't. So, but she knew it was an earthquake. And so, naturally, because my dad is used to earthquakes, she starts yelling, Spencer! Because my dad is the one who would know what to do. So, she was, yeah, yelling for him. My dad was, he was already awake, but he hadn't gotten out of bed yet, and he was just, like, scrolling through his phone and looking at Facebook or something, or some sports news, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what he looks at, but he, it was just, like, just as he was getting up, pretty much, when the earthquake hit, and he was like, oh, hey, look, an earthquake. My sister and her kids. So, my nephew, my oldest nephew, was already walking up the stairs, and when immediately when the earthquake was hitting, he ducked under a table that was in our living room. Like, he was quick to react. So, and I know, like, you shouldn't duck under a table. I was just really, like, impressed that he, like, reacted so quickly. But, you know, my dad and my mom and I, my sister and her kids, we all sat down and we talked about next time, like, what we should do next time there's an earthquake, how to be safe, how to, like, the right place to go, duck and cover, stuff like that. We talked about the triangle of life. So, yeah. My sister and her 2 younger kids were downstairs, and my sister and her daughter. I don't remember where they were not hiding. I don't know where they went, but they were downstairs, and I think that's when the bunk bed was still, like, in the main room downstairs, so they kind of, like, stayed by there. And my nephew Charlie, actually, I think I don't know if he was on his bed or anywhere else. But my youngest nephew, that was his first earthquake, obviously, and he's very easygoing and just rolls with the punches. So as there's an earthquake and my sister and her daughter are like, hey, like, come be next to us, please. The earth is shaking. And he's just sitting there on his iPad. He's like, he's 4. He's turning 5 this month. Oh my goodness. Guys, Charlie's turning 5. Anyways, sorry, it just hit me, because I remember when he was born. I mean, it's the same with, like, all my nieces and nephews. So, but sometimes it just kind of hits you. You're just like, wait, weren't they born yesterday? Wasn't he 3? No, he's 5 now. Yeah, anyways. So yeah, from my perspective of when the earthquake hit. So my alarm goes off at 7 a.m. because for some reason I believe that I get up at 7, but I don't. I turn off my alarm, set a time to wake up like an hour later, because I would love to wake up at 8 a.m. and get up at 8 a.m., but for some reason I can't always do that. Oops. So anyways, I'm thinking, okay, I'll wake up and get up at 8. I went back to sleep. And then the earthquake hit 9 minutes later. And in that 9 minutes, I fell back asleep. And I was in a deep sleep. I was like, yes, I like sleep. And then all of a sudden, I'm waking up to I slowly woke up to this earthquake just as it was ending. So I missed the first half of the earthquake, because sometimes, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but in this case, like, there's, like, the earthquake will hit, and then, like, not a little aftershock, but, like, another wave will hit, and then you'll get the aftershocks. So I woke up after the second wave, just as it was ending. So my dragon, the blue dragon that you may have seen in my first video or on my channel's first birthday video, I've showed off this dragon here. Let me grab him. Yeah. Okay. So this dragon, I made him into a jar. It was for, oh, sorry, I got distracted. It was for, an art project, a year and a half ago. And, I showed him off in my first video. It's called Pottery Projects. One of his teeth fell out, too. I know he looks kind of derpy, but I love him. Or her. I forgot what your identity was. We'll have to figure that out. But yeah, anyways, so he's in 2 pieces, and his neck doesn't stay on the best, so you just gotta be careful when you put it in and out. You gotta adjust it a little bit. But it adds character. And I could probably hide cookies in here. Gluten-free cookies, because regular glutinous cookies will hurt my tummy because my body hates me. Well, anyways, so I woke up to this sound, basically. And I'm realizing that the head might be better than I thought, because his head didn't fall off. He didn't fall to the floor. My books kind of wobbled a little bit, but none of them fell on the floor, surprisingly. Actually, I think a few did from that, maybe. I don't remember. Like, none of my movies fell down. My mug collection didn't fall down, which I still haven't shown you guys, have I? Leave a comment if you want me to show off my mug collection, because I collect mugs. Because mugs are cool. Let's see. I also have a collection of Pez dispensers. I'll show you one of those. Hang on. Hang on. It's these guys. You put the candy in, and then you take it out. So I have a collection of these. I have 3 Disney princesses, 2 Marvel characters, R2-D2. Actually, I have 3 Marvel. I have 4 Marvel characters. How about that? And I have a Star Wars. I have R2-D2. And I have a Halloween one. It's like this random pumpkin head dude. So yeah, those actually fell off my shelf. Yeah, those actually fell. I don't sit like a lady, I'm sorry. But, yeah, those fell off. Probably because they're light and they're made of plastic and they just fly everywhere. Other than that, surprisingly, sorry, I was looking to see if I could remember anything else falling. Surprisingly, not much else fell. Nothing really. Everything stayed where I want it, and it's just showing off my bruises on my leg because I bruise easily. Sorry. Yeah. I can't think of much else. But, like, it's funny. What was funny to me is that the first thing I thought when I woke up was, well, that was rude. Because, like, in my head, logic told me it was an earthquake, that I had just woken up to an earthquake. And I just sat there for a few minutes thinking, what's going on? And my bed's just going back and forth, and it felt like sleeping in a truck that was driving in the mountains or something with like a dirt or bumpy road of some kind. Like, that's what it felt like. I felt like I was sleeping and waking up in a truck that was going through. I don't know. And so that's what it felt like. But as I'm waking up, my brain is like, oh, hey, earthquake. And I'm like, I was sleeping. I just had this attitude of like, ugh, did we really have to have an earthquake? As if 2020 couldn't get any crazier. I get woken up by an earthquake. I was sleeping, and the earth just wakes me up like that. So rude. Like, I was so annoyed. But I'll admit, I was shaky, and I was scared, because that was my first earthquake that I've actually ever felt. Now, I've been in a few earthquakes. I think maybe 3. I don't know. The 2 I remember people were talking about, I was asleep. I have slept through... No, yeah, I have been through 3. I've slept through 2 earthquakes. And, yeah. Because, like, growing up, I never felt one. And I remember when I was 13, there was a little earthquake in Utah. And I had actually went to bed early that night. And I must have conked out because everyone was talking about an earthquake. Like, that was so cool. And I'm like, what are you talking about? There was no earthquake. They're like, no, it happened at this time. And I was like, oh, I was in bed. I was asleep. I went to bed early, which is unusual for me now. But at the time when I was in middle school, going to bed early was like, I would go to bed patting myself in the back like, yes, sleep. Your girl loves sleep, just so you know. It's like one of her favorite things. I even took a nap today. Well, anyways, so I went downstairs. I saw my nephew. My dad came out of the room and was came out of his room and was saying, "Is everyone okay?" And it's like, "Yeah, I'm fine, I think." And then, with all the shockwaves happening for the rest of that day, my mom was like, Tricia, you don't have to go to work today. Please don't go to work today. And I was like, okay, I'll text the gal that I work with. I'm sure she'll understand. Because my work is quite the drive, so I guess my mom didn't want me to drive with the aftershocks happening, and frankly, I didn't want to either. So we were on the same page on that. Another earthquake that I've lived through that I remember, I believe I was in high school when it happened. And to be honest, I don't think me, my mom, or my dad are sure what it was. But I think it was just me, my mom, and dad at that point. Because my brother and his wife had moved out. They, I guess, wanted to live a little bit closer to the university he was going. And then I remember I was outside and I was doing chores. I was getting rid of dead grass. My cat sneezed. Of course, I knew it. I knew it. He's coming right over. I knew he was going to do this when I started talking. And he waited until towards the end of my story time. Topaz, listen. 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 You're in my way. Yeah, I'm wearing makeup. It's a good thing you're cute. Anyways, here. Come here. Come sit on my lap. Anyways, like I said, I was getting rid of dead grass outside in the backyard. And, it was starting to get dark, and it was a little bit chilly, because it was still, like, spring time, I guess. So I headed inside, and I see my mom and my dad come up to me, and they were like, "Did you feel that?" And I'm like, "Feel what? What are you talking about?" Apparently, something happened where they felt like a poof, like the earth decided to bounce or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened. They were trying to describe it to me. I don't know how to describe it to you guys. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. They I don't know if it was just like an earthquake, or if someone, like, I don't know. I don't know what it was. But like I didn't feel it. And I wonder if it's because I was outside. So I don't know. So when people tell me, like, "Oh, when an earthquake happens, go outside," I believe them, because I was, I guess, in a little tiny miniature 1.0 point nothing earthquake, and I didn't feel it. I don't know. I could be completely wrong about that. But, yeah. So there's my little earthquake misadventures. I hope you enjoyed Tricia Rants for 23 minutes. I hope you enjoyed my cat interrupting towards the end of the video. I don't... This is my life. Anyways, like I said, I hope you enjoyed. I do plan on telling more story times. I'm really looking forward to telling more mission stories. That's something I've been wanting to do for a while. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not gonna, like, bring, like, spirituals. Well, I may bring in spiritual stuff, but I don't want to bring in, I won't bring anything too, like, overly religious. I don't want to be overbearing that way. And I understand that some people, you know, they aren't religious, they don't identify with being religious, they may even identify as atheists, and, you know, we may not agree with each other, but I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable, so, like, the kind of mission stories I enjoy telling the most are, like, the funny ones, like, something the elders did, something me and my companions did. Like, one time I pranked one of my companions by waking her up from a nap with a loud thing that I had on my iPad. It was a funny thing. Bless her heart, she felt so bad for sleeping, but I was like, no, it was the perfect. Alright guys, sorry about that. I'm gonna try to be a little bit quicker. I really need to invest in better equipment for taking videos, but well, that's future me's problem. So, anyways, but yeah, I was saying about like wanting to tell more stories about my mission. So I would love to. I'll try not to be like religious about it. I may share some spiritual moments that I've had, but it's not. I'm not on YouTube to tell people what to do or how to live their lives, or you know, I'm not wearing the name tag anymore, so I can't. I can't do that. I'm not a missionary anymore. I'm not here to like teach or preach or anything. I'm here to just tell funny stories about what happened on my mission, because despite it being about religion, it was still like one of the best experiences, one of the best decisions I've ever made for myself. So yeah, if you do want to hear more about that, let me know if you're interested. And again, I will try not to make it too like overly spiritual or religious or teachy or preachy or anything, because I know that it may make some people uncomfortable, and I don't want people to feel like they're uncomfortable or not welcome on this channel, because I wanted to make this channel for anyone who's interested in watching it. It's about making people feel happy. That's the main goal. That's the top of mind of this channel. Anyways, so I'm gonna go now before my iPad decides to be sassy again. And yeah. Yep, leave a like before you go. Comment your thoughts. And subscribe if you're new. Let's grow this channel together. And until the next video, see ya!